So, the Tekken Lili Discord proposed a couple of ideas for buffs that could benefit Lili, since Murray was asking the community what they want to change about characters. So I just wanted to read the stuff they proposed and say my opinion about these possible changes. Yeah, I'm gonna read them myself, don't worry, I'll talk about each change. So, what did I want to say? Just backdash, yeah, that's gonna solve all the issues. So yeah, Murray was asking the community for changes we would like to see for our characters. Now, in general, I think that there's a lot of possible buffs that Lili could get to make her a better character, like countless amounts of buffs to various moves. But there are a couple of things that should have been working already in Season 1 and Season 2, and they need to be fixed. Those are the only things that I really want to see. And those are, as this list is saying, a better hitbox and increased range on down forward 1. Because the hitbox on her down forward 1 is really iffy. It whiffs so often. Basically, the opponents can backdash it at any time, even after plus frames. I'm not on this Discord. This is my Discord. Links down below in the description. The next line is down 1+2, better hitbox. That's her new power crush, which deals 20 points of damage, which is quite low for a mid power crush. It knocks down the opponent in a position where they are too far for any kind of Okizemi. And it has a trash hitbox. It doesn't track, and the range is so bad that sometimes it just doesn't work. It goes... The power crush just goes through a move and doesn't knock down the opponent, even though it went through Lili. So that needs to be fixed. Give down 1+2 better range. It's terrible. It doesn't work correctly. Up back 1. Increase the range so that chances for retaliation are made harder. Yeah, up back 1 is also a new move. 16 frame counter hit launcher mid, which would be fine except it's -5 on block, which isn't even that bad. It was +3 on block in Tekken 5 DR and 0 on block in Tekken 2, but the hitbox on it is trash. I feel like the range on it is worse than it was in Tekken 2. It might be because of Unreal Engine, but it's trash. It's gonna whiff in the opponent's face. I even have clips of that on Twitch. It's another one of those moves that the opponent can backdash at range 0, just like down forward 1, in many cases, of course. So it makes the move really risky to throw out, because it's mostly gonna whiff, and there's no reason for using up back 1 instead of down forward 3 as a counter hit launcher, even though it's a little faster. So the use of up back 1 is really limited because of its terrible hitbox. It was intended to be one of Lili's better moves. It seems like Namco really wanted to give Lili a useful counter hit launcher, but it ended up being just another move that no Lili player uses often, like once or twice per set. What I would like to see is either the increased range, that's important, or if not increase the range, then change something else about it, like give it tracking or better frames on block. So ideally what I would like from up back 1 is increasing the range and increasing the range and better frames on block. Right now it's -5 on block, making it any retaliation from the opponent really difficult for Lili to step. If it was less minus on block, like -3 or -2, Lili could still keep her momentum and sidestep or evade a lot of stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that also needs to be fixed. Top priority. Back 2 needs a better hitbox. Increased range per consistent 13 frame punish with good reward. It could be used as a 13 frame punisher, but I don't see the point. I don't see the point for that. Forward 2-3 is just better, and Lili's back turn mix up isn't that good. I presume they wanted back to 1 so that Lili would get a free back turn mix up after back to 1. Or for a back to 1+2, which could be very difficult to step after back to 1 on hit. It could work, but I wouldn't say it's top priority. I would increase the range of back to 1 so that it would become a better poke in general. It's a 13 frame high mid string, which can go to back turn stance or do glide, so it's not bad. The only thing is that the first hit has a really poor range. It would be nice to see that fixed. Medium priority. Also, back to 1 is a new combo ender after screw, and the poor range on back 2 makes it quite hard to connect. In some cases, after some screw attacks, it's not even possible to connect back to 1. For example, if you do combos with back turn 2, it's really hard or maybe even impossible to connect back to 1. Now, medium priority. Back to 1 forward transition to do glide -3 on block. This way, Magic 4 won't launch her out of all options, giving the stance a better neutral. I think back to 1 forward is still not a good way to transition to do glide. I wouldn't say it's medium priority. It's just not good. What else can I say? Even making it -3 on block won't make back to 1 forward a really good pressure option. It's not like her do glide mix up is too strong anyway. 2-4 range on 2 jab increased for better consistency during punishment. Yes, that is a medium priority change. 2-4 is a great 10 frame punisher just like Jin's, except it has much worse range than Jin's 2-4. And I even heard Jin players complaining about the range of Jin's 2-4. Now imagine how crappy is Lili's 2-4 range. Sometimes you have to use, well, many times you have to use jabs instead of 2-4 as a 10 frame punish because 2-4 whiffs a lot. Back 1 forward. Back 1 forward for I-11. Change reverted to season 1 status. Yeah, back 1 forward transitions were much faster in season 1. I have no idea why Namco removed that. It wasn't broken. It wasn't broken. All it did was, if I remember correctly, while Sonic 4 traded with duck jabs and it wasn't steppable either. But what's the problem with that? She doesn't have a threatening low from do glide, so there's nothing to be scared of. Just block after Lili's back 1 and you're fine. You'll You block all of her options. I don't know why Namco felt the need to nerf it. Quadruple forward 2-1. Minus 11 opponent closer on hit for a better Oki. Not hit confirmable. No. No. I want Season 1 Quadruple forward 2-1. It was safe. Not natural on hit and didn't knock down, but it was safe on block. Both hits were safe on block, making it a pretty good tool in the neutral. And she needs better tools in neutral. So I don't agree with that. Quadruple forward 1-2, hit confirmable. Yes, 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 yes. I really want a hit confirmable quadruple forward 1-2. It's such a good string. It's been a signature move of hers since Tekken 6. I really want this to be hit confirmable. If Namco feels that that would be too strong, I think they could revert the counter hit launching property on the second hit and make it just give a guaranteed hit on counter hit, just like it did in Tekken 6. I think that would be fair. But quadruple forward 1-2 hit confirmable. I mean, yeah, she needs something that is hit confirmable. Forward 3 increased range, yes. I would prioritize that even above the better hitbox on back 2. It's a homing move that looks like it should have a lot of range, but it doesn't because Lili uses her knee. More range wouldn't hurt that move. It doesn't. It's not like it counter hit launches. It doesn't do anything on counter hit. It would be neat if forward 3 was a counter hit launch though. I would like to see that. I don't see how it would be too strong. It's pretty similar to Anna's quadruple forward 2-1. Well, Potato Ash, every time Lili gets some buffs, she also gets some nerfs. Forward 2-3 minus 14 on block. I don't think that's a medium priority. That's a very low priority. You shouldn't be using forward 2-3 in the neutral anyway. It's just a punisher. I don't think that's important. Down forward 4 for NCC, minus 13 on block to make the risk reward more proportionate. That's not medium priority either in my opinion. I mean, when you block down forward 4 the first hit, you can still low parry the second hit. Even if it's minus 13 on block, still gonna get launched. Not a good idea. But what I would love to see for down forward 4 is more tracking, because Lili lacks good tracking mids, and down forward 4 has a little bit of tracking to her weak side. If they increase the tracking to Lili's right on that move even more, we would finally have a tracking mid poke for Lili. And a lot of people sidestep left and duck versus Lili. I think down forward 4 can catch that, but still the tracking on it isn't too amazing. Or they could give down forward for the first hit better frames on block. Right now it's minus 9 on block, which means Lili loses her momentum and she has to risk the low follow-up just to make the opponent respect the first hit on block. Yeah. It's not a good situation for Lili. Down forward 4 could be an amazing poke if they buffed it. It's alright even now, but it would be even better. Low priority, full crouch down forward 1, launch on counter hit. It would be nice, but I don't think that's too important. Because the move comes from full crouch anyway. I would rather she had counter hit launchers from neutral. To increase her neutral game. 4, 2, 1, 3, and C. Why? What's the damage on forward 4, 1, 3? If it's more than 4, forward 2, 3, then it could be a 12 frame Punisher with more range, but actually, if it was natural on counter hit, like it used to be in Tekken 6.0, yes, 4-1-3 was a natural on counter hit before, then it would be a really scuffed 12 frame Magic War for Lili. Except the second hit is a high and duckable, but still better than nothing. I would like for that string to be reverted to Tekken 6.0 status. 33 damage, just tested it. I'm in lab at the moment. It could be a nice counter hit tool, I guess. Will Lili get some buffs in Tekken 7 already? The last changes since Season 3 released. I think there will be a balance patch. Murray said something like they want a balance patch in late January. Don't quote me on that though. Okay, let's move forward. Forward 1+2. I13 and -6 on block. So basically just making it 1 frame faster. That wouldn't do much. Would be much better to give forward 1+2 better frames on block, I guess. So -6 kinda kills your momentum. If it was less than -6 on block, like -4 to -1, it could be another amazing poke for Lili. It knocks down on counter hit, has decent range, and you could still move afterwards when the opponent blocks forward 1+2. So improve the frames on forward 1+2, that's my opinion. On block, I mean, and on hit maybe. But the speed is fine, it's 14 frames fast already. That's fast enough. Down back 4, I23, +5 on hit, -24 on block. Counter hit launcher to make use of this move as an essential poke. As far as I know, it was 24 frames fast in Tekken 5 DR. Maybe it was 23, I don't know. In Tekken Tag 2, it was 24 frames fast. And it was +5 on hit, so they basically wanted to go back to Tekken Tag 2 status. I wouldn't call it an essential poke, but it would be nice. I would prefer a faster down back 4 that it's only a counter hit launcher over the snakeage that we have right now. It would be more useful in high level gameplay since it would be harder to react to. A trade-off could be removing the homing property on down back 4. Could be a fair trade-off. I mean, down back 4 on its own previously, it had decent range. I mean, it had some tracking previously already. It was a nice poke to use once in a while in Pack 2. Back turn down 3, -13 on block. Yes, I agree with that. It's a small back turn poke that is 0 on hit, I think, and currently it's about -17. So make it -13 on block. Lili needs better strings. Her strings need to be worked on. Forward 4-3, minus 11 on block, knockdown on counter hit. Opponent close. I'm thinking they want... wait. Minus 11 on block, knockdown on counter hit, opponent close. A forward 4-3 is a move where if you go to do glide... No, on its own, it's minus 12 on block. If you go to do glide and cancel the do glide, it becomes a safe move. So I'm guessing they wanted to knock down on counter hit, so that you would get a free hit. Or they wanted to counter hit launch, because forward 4-3 used to be a normal hit safe launcher in Tekken 6, so I guess they wanted to be a counter hit launcher again at least. I agree with that, yeah, I agree. Because right now there aren't many reasons for going for forward 4-3, because it's a terribly slow mid poke. It's about 23 frames fast, linear, and you can get jabbed out of it easily. Down 2-2-3 counter hit launcher, or down 2-2-4 increased pushback on block. Yes, I talked about this string before. The string is... it isn't too bad, but also there's like the 50% of the roster or even more has strings like this that are much safer. Down 2-2 on its own is minus 10 on block, and it's just a small mid poke. The 3 is a high, which is duckable. The 4 is a minus 17 on block, mid that doesn't do anything on counter hit. So yeah, they could improve those strings, and I would say it's it has a higher priority than making forward 2-3 minus 14 on block. That's for sure. It could be this could give Lili more viable pokes. Quartersuku forward 3+4. Increased range for easier wall spot. Yes, I agree with that. I'd say that's medium priority as well. Or maybe low priority, but I'd say that's higher priority than forward 2-3 being minus 14 on block instead of minus 15. So that's my thoughts on the list. It's not a bad list. I agree with most of these changes. But as I said, the top priority is changing her hitboxes, and I don't care much about the rest. I just want her hitboxes fixed, and that's it. But of course, more buffs would be welcome. But I do not want Lili to be broken. Just make her a slightly better character.